Well, hello there. It's still only Tuesday. Boris Johnson wants to reduce CO2 production in the UK. Though the UK only produces a tiny fraction of the amount of CO2 produced around the world. Now, he's going to get us to reduce our CO2 emissions by taxing us out of existence. He's going to increase fuel duty. So that means that petrol prices are going to go up. And of course, we pay VAT on top of fuel duty. So we're being triple taxed for petrol. And of course, he's going to increase our VED, which is our vehicle excise duty, which is a tax based on the CO2 production of your car. A car that you might not be able to run at the moment because of E10 fuel has destroyed your car, which is currently my situation. So not only will the fuel duty affect petrol, it's going to affect your gas and electricity. It's also going to increase council tax, because we have to pay for the roads, which they haven't done for a long time. But the roads are getting terrible, so our taxation will pay for the new roads. And what I don't understand is that there's no incentive. He should be incentivizing people to take up energy saving devices rather than punishing people by increasing their tax. He should be giving incentives. And of course, if you go to the other extreme and you look at the global situation, China will ramp up its production of energy-saving devices, which will mean more CO2 production, because China doesn't give a toss about CO2 production. They have, as you know, their record on human rights is just as appalling as their record of environmental friendly activities. So that's not good, is it? And of course, years ago, there was a scheme that offered solar panels for free. I took up that scheme, so I've got free solar panels. I don't get any money for the solar panels. I just get to use the electricity that I can use. I don't pay during the day, like now. The washing machine's on and the fridge is on, and that's all being powered for free. And of course, during the summertime, when the sun's up at its strongest, there's a lot of money goes back into the grid. Electricity goes back into the grid, making the providers of the solar panels some money. And there's no incentive for people to get electric cars. Around here, there's been 3 or 4 new builds going up. Not one of them's got electric charging points, which is rather appalling, because they've got driveways now, whereas they didn't used to in this area. They didn't put driveways in. But yeah, none of these new builds have got electric charging points. And then we come to electric cars themselves. My parents live on the south coast, and I regularly visit them. And that's a 275-mile round journey. If I was to get an electric car, it would have, say, a 200-mile radius of the distance that it could travel would be 200 miles. And then it would have a 4-hour charging cycle. So my 5-hour journey would have to be split into 2, with a 4-hour break in the middle, meaning my whole journey time would be somewhere in the region of about 9 hours, which is really unfeasible. So if the electric cars could actually do 300 miles, I'd be happy. I could drive down to see my mum and dad, charge up overnight at their place, and then drive back again. But that's not the case, is it? If they could get charging time down to an hour, or even swap out the batteries. That would be ideal, wouldn't it? You pull up to a service station, a machine plugs into your car, takes the old battery out, puts a freshly charged battery in, and away you go. But yeah, this is all things that need happening in the UK. But yeah, my message to Boris Johnson, you probably won't hear anyway, would be to stop punishing and start incentivising. Give people rewards for making energy savings, rather than punishing them. And then we get back into shipping. Ships run on residual fuel, or if they run around the coast, they have to run a marine diesel, which is quite expensive. It's about 65p or something a litre, which is what we would be paying for petrol if it wasn't taxed as heavily as it is. But yeah, in the last year, the ships that I've been running on have been in the 30-year plus bracket. So in this country, we've got an ageing merchant fleet built on ships that were designed 30 years ago, on engines that were built 30 years ago, are all designed to run on diesel. Yet the industry's not building new ships that are cleaner and greener, and they certainly ain't building sail ships anymore. So where do we go from here? Yeah. Anyway, I'm not happy. I don't think Boris Johnson's on the right track, but he's certainly out to destroy us all with his maniac policies. But never mind, we can all have a cheese and wine party and claim it on business expenses. Anyway, that's enough. See you. Bye.